Okay, forms can be contact forms. In fact, they can be any sort of form you want. Perhaps a delivery address if you're selling something physical and you need to post it to them, or just some feedback on your website. So let's go ahead and add a form. By default, it gives you 3 fields: name, email address and comment, just for a contact. But don't worry, we can change these forms, delete them, add them, whatever. Okay, so the element, usual sort of thing, you can drag and drop it up and down, change the text size, as with other elements that you've probably used by now. And if you click on it, you get the toolbar at the top. Remember, blue clickable, grey draggable. I'll skip the first one just to show you that the colours here allow you to change the label, the little label tag there. You can change the text of the fields. No, they don't change in edit mode because they're just placeholder text. When they use the form, and we'll do that in a second, that text would now be read in the fields. But we can change the border of the fields to purple. We could change the button to yellow, and we could change the button text to red. We can change the font of the fields, and we can change the font of the button, and we can change the width by clicking and dragging. Okay, so I'm going to delete that because that looks fairly garish and yuck, and go back to a default form. Right, so we click on it and we edit it with this first button on the toolbar. The name of the form is just for you, so when you get an email with whatever people have filled in the form, it will show the title of the form, so you know if you've got several forms which form you've got the submission from. So my form to sell my ebook, something like that. The email address is where the form submission will be sent to, so probably your email address, but it could be somebody else's. And the third box here is the pop-up thank you message. Give more instructions, whatever it might be, just a simple pop-up message. You could put in HTTP blah 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 for an external website or web address, or you could use an existing page in your funnel, which is probably what you'll do, because you'll say thank you, and then if they're in the mood for buying from you, maybe offer them something else in the usual way. Okay, down the bottom here we have the fields. We can click and drag, reorder them, so we can change them around. We can delete them, and we can add new ones. So what do these columns mean? The first one is just a unique identifier, so no one sees this. It's just to make sure the field in your form is unique, so don't call them all name. So first one, name. Then we have the label, which is shown above. Your first name, keep them friendly. And then we have the placeholder text, which when they view the form live turns into one of these nice black pop-up help bubbles. So if you need to give them more information about the field and what to put in, that's where you can go perhaps to a longer message. So enter your first name, as we like to be friendly. Right, the text here is drop down. It can be a text field, a text area field, multiple rows, or an email field. If it's an email field, do choose email, because when the form is submitted, it's validated to make sure that it's actually looking like a real email address. And the check box here is whether or not it's required. So first name I don't really want to make mandatory, but the second one I want them to make sure they put in a comment. And the last one, the email field, I'll add now. I want that to be mandatory as well. So let's put it in. Email is my unique identifier. Your email address, so I can send you my ebook. And then I want to make it an email address, and I want to make it required, and I want to drag it up to the top. Right, that's it. Save. Boom. Done. So let's have a look how that looks. Preview it. So if I just click submit, no, there are some missing or incorrectly filled in fields. Please check and try again, and it's highlighted the ones in red. So I can. Doesn't matter. Got that wrong, but you get the gist of that. Click on that. Your email address. Let's put Joe. First name is optional. Comment Brill. Click on submit again. Joe is not an email address because I made it an email field. I have to put in an email address. That looks better. Submitted. and there is, just for the sake of this video, showing you that I've chosen to go off to a different page. In reality, when you do it, it will go off to that page. Alright, that's what the pop-up message would look like if you just put a message. Great.